Hey folks, it's Friday, December the 3rd. I can't believe it's December already. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not ready for this. And frankly, this week has been a roller coaster. There's not many weeks in my entire career here at CARE South Carolina that I can remember there being such a roller coaster of ups and downs and turmoil and questions and so forth. By now, if you've taken a look at my email that was sent out earlier, there is a pause on the CMS vaccination mandate. The December 6th deadline, or December 5th, is no longer in effect, and we are going to be compliant with that. Frankly, our policy currently says that it is based on the CMS mandate. But, and that's frankly the main reason we're going to be compliant, because we have to be compliant with our own policies in addition to any other legal regulations like what's happened with the CMS. But I do want to remind you that when the board of directors at CARE South first considered vaccination as a health requirement for employment, they did so back in September. And they issued a policy then back in September, and this is long before the CMS mandate. So I know the board is dedicated to the safety, the health, and the welfare of you, our employees, but also our patients. When they meet at their December meeting, I wouldn't be surprised if this resurfaced and came back to their original position around the vaccine. Now, it'll change the deadlines quite a bit, and we'll just have to go with that flow. But I'll keep you informed, I promise, as I always do, and let you know what is going on and when it's going on and what the next steps will be. This roller coaster has not come to a stop yet, though. I want to remind everyone of that. This pause in this vaccination has resulted in my decision to cancel our January 21st staff meeting date that we had set aside. We were so optimistic that we would all be able to come back together January 21st on Friday at SIMT again, because by then, according to the dates that were in place, by January 4th, all the employees had to be fully vaccinated. And given the 2 week after that, even for the full immunity to become effected, January 21st was a pretty safe time for us to have a full staff meeting, get back together, reintroduce ourselves to each other, meet people that we haven't even met since the last time, and really have a wonderful and nice staff meeting. We can't do that. We cannot have a staff meeting where we would be possibly exposing vaccinated or unvaccinated staff together. So we are canceling that. I don't have any plans at this point. We will discuss this in our executive management team meeting, but at this point, I do not have any plans to reestablish. We've done pretty good with some virtual town halls. The virtual town hall, the couple of days before Thanksgiving, last Tuesday, whatever it was, November 23rd, that went very well. I really appreciate the active participation that came from so many folks. So our town halls may continue to be the tool, the vehicle by which we get together. And they won't always, if we do decide to do that, they won't always have to be just around COVID. There's a lot of things that go on at CARE South beyond addressing COVID and vaccination. So we'll have to see. To that end, in other news, not vaccination related, I've been promising y'all that I thought we would have what HRSA had promised us as at-home testing kits. I've been so disappointed that we continue to not hear anything from HRSA. It's kind of like it's you promised us this, but you're not delivering. At the last meeting, which was this week, that HRSA held with us, the Bureau Chief, Jim McCrae, was directly asked this question, because not just us, health centers across the United States are waiting on these test kits. Unfortunately, the news wasn't really good. That it probably won't be until January until we can get some test kits. So I really want to encourage y'all, though. You won't be able to do this with at-home test kits. But remember, you can get tested before the holidays begin, and before you have a planned gathering, whether it's in your home or even at your church or anything. In our own testing sites, our MOBIs and our own labs, we have rapid testing all over the place. So please, please think about that. Before and after there's been a gathering, like I said, in your home or in any other setting. Maybe you want to go to a particular event or something. Take advantage of this. Get tested before you go and get tested after you return. It's the best tool we've got right now other than vaccination. I know everybody is completely tired of all of this COVID. It has disrupted just about everything we do, whether it's been at work or at home or in our communities, in our churches, in our schools. It has disrupted just about everything. I made a decision this week also that it was time to get a little bit of restoration in CARE South Carolina, and specifically in our executive management team. A lot of us have been working remotely from home, almost the majority, and it's time now that we kind of stop doing that. I am requiring executive management team to have at least 3 days in their office setting, or at least out in the sites, because a lot of our executive management team, they may not necessarily even have an office. We have some really critical space issues, or they spend a lot of time out in the various sites and locations. But we need to get back to a little bit more of a normal type of management of the organization. So this requirement, it's going to vary for each individual. I have asked them, each of them, to post on their calendars, which they share, and I'll monitor that and make sure that there is much more of a presence at CARE South in the executive management team. I like being back in the office. Being at home for such a long time kind of got tiresome and a little bit boring too. So I like being in the office. We have to wear the mask and all of that, but I miss people. It's good to be able to see folks. Okay, well, that's just about it. The Dillon building is going along, although, and I can't remember whether I told y'all this or not, unfortunately, the contractor said it's going to be the end of April now. We were so hoping we'd be able to be in there by late February or mid-March, but it's not going to happen. Sherrall is really beginning to move forward in being able to get some actions done there. Property will have to be cleared first. Things like that will take place. Even our St. David's building renovation, which will create some additional office space, even that is going to be cranking up pretty soon. So there'll be a lot going on. And if you haven't seen anybody, or you haven't gone into Hartsville, Hartsville's had a pretty good little facelift too. They're getting new flooring. That old carpet just had to go. So things are going on that are not just COVID or vaccination related. We're still CARE South Carolina strong, but there is still there is still COVID out there. And now we have to worry about a new variant. We don't know a lot about Omicron other than it is out there and that we don't know a lot about it. We don't know how severe it will be if you catch it. We don't know whether or not the vaccine is going to be effective against it. What we are hearing, though, is if you have been vaccinated, please consider the booster, because that booster shot, that extra shot, does seem to offer a lot more immunity than having had the two. So especially if you are 6 months from having received your last full dose of vaccination, consider that booster. It can make a big, important difference. Y'all take care. Be safe. Continue to wear your mask. Continue to think about social distancing. It's still a tough time, but we're going to make it through. Take care. Bye-bye.